Hello my friends and welcome back to another beautifully polygonal day here on my procedurally generated super mega bio Minecraft server. I'm over here at the sheep farm and I've just been kind of tooling around my home base here, getting things ready to go. I've changed the things I do in the mornings in between in particular things, chopping down the trees, gathering the bamboo sugarcane, you know, replanting and getting ready to go. When I came over here to check on the cows and get some meat going for jerky for the long travel, and lo and behold, I've got 3 creepers that snuck in there and have just started floating around in the water. So I got to be particularly careful with them today. The easiest way to take care of them, I think, realistically is, well, 2 thoughts at the same time will come out sometimes like that, won't they, folks? Well, I think the only solution realistically is to go away. Go work on something else and let them despawn, de-res, if you will, and we will come back and deal with that then. I've got the armor now for the iron farm. I've got so much iron that I'm about to upgrade all of my tools, too. I might as well. I mean, I've got so many of them, right? And it'd be a good thing because it'll make it a little bit faster for me to work on certain things than others. And I wanted to go over there and look at the spider farm area. I say spider farm. I don't know if I'm actually going to turn it into a farm, to be honest with you. But I probably will. But why? You know, I mean, if it's an XP grinder, maybe. If it's a spider string, a string drop, then I don't know if I really wanted to do that. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll do that. But for now, I'm going to head over to, of all places, the other village, the donor village. I'm going to tidy it up a little bit also, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up some leather armor. And then I'm going to go out towards the oasis and kind of finish the trail, because along the way, there's a lot of trail stuff that didn't get done. So I do need to do that, and that's going to entail me making a couple pieces of, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's say, of trapdoors. So I don't know, are trapdoors 1 by 1? No. Are they 3 by 3? No. Are they 6 by 6 because they're doors on the side? They are. Okay, so let me make a few of these just to kind of have a few of these lying about. And go get my leather armor, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. My friends, I've been working my way back and forth between the oasis and what is going to eventually be the spider farm over here, and just kind of prettying up things. I've already gone through and put a whole bunch of stairs down. I'll probably come back through here and do that as well for this section. But I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to do those, probably where those spaces are left. And I've also concluded some of the, or not concluded, but filled in a little more, the path around by the oasis, so it's a little bit nicer over there as well. Right, so I've been going back and forth and just kind of filling these things in. And over here, as you can see, I've dug out just a little bit more around where the spider farm is. That little block there was to kind of be a placeholder, so I would have an idea of the heights that I was working with, right? So the square above and the square below and out is where they will spawn. This comes out to 8. This side comes a little bit closer, so it's not a perfect square on this one, so I might have to come back and redo this wall, bring it in a little bit, or maybe not. I need to actually do the math, but as you can see, I've kind of cleared out some of this space down here already because I kind of want the walls to be a little bit cleaner. So I know this side is the right width, so I'm going to go ahead and fill this side in, get it all prettied up. And I don't know if this floor level is the appropriate floor level. 1, 2, and then, yeah, this should be, yeah, they would fall and then float. One more down. And then that means this stuff needs to come out also, but we'll deal with that when we deal with that. But now that will mark where that is. This is the fastest way I know to get this done. All right, and just put a couple more in here just to kind of get a feel for it. Yeah, it's going to look pretty good once it's ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and work on this just a little bit and maybe get it to a halfway point before I actually go exploring a little bit more to the southwest, because I do want to go check out what's out there. All right, but let me go reset the sun and do the math on this and get this thing all squared away, literally. Welcome back, my friends, and as you can see, I've done a little cleaning up and a little preparation stuff, but it's not exactly square. It's a rectangle for sure, but as you can see, those blocks there represent the 9th space from the center. This dig out here in the middle, where you can see my shadow from here over to here, that's the spawnable area above it for the spider spawner you see here. Creative use of shadows, ladies and gentlemen. Look at these shadow puppets go. All right, so that area there is where spiders will spawn and drop. And this... oh, I'm not going to be able to... Those squares, Ed, I'm running out of shadow. And this square... oh, shadow ninjutsu! Shadow position ninjutsu? What was it, the Naruto kid? Not Naruto, but the other guy. The guy who said everything was a bother. Anyways. So down here, I've got to square up the wall somehow. Let me think about how I'm going to do that. My goodness, I am lost in thought, ladies and gentlemen. I really can't figure out what I'm going to do here. I kind of want to do a water feature. Maybe put like sandstone and pyramidal. That's the word. Pyramidal shape or conical shape, as conical as I can be. You know what I mean? In each one of these corners, and then have water flow down them in towards the center. And then, yeah, if I could have reversed the sun right there, that would have been cool. Hold on, let me play with this shadow here. Oh, this could be like a total shadow puppet theater. Playing Pong, me over here. Hold on, let me see if I can do that. Yes! I have a game concept, Shadow Pong Theater. I'd need to have command blocks, though, to set the... oh, man. That's pretty good. I like that. I think that was pretty clever of me. Anyways, we are going to reset the sun, and I am going to decide how I'm going to do this. Probably dig it out one more and put a layer of something down at the bottom. But do I want to put sandstone down there, or do I want to make it wood? I have an idea. I'm going to do something, and we're going to see how it looks. I'll be right back. Well, gang, I am about to put the finishing touches on what is going to clearly be evident to you as a checkerboarded section down here. So I'm going to have a checkerboarded floor. I think that's going to look pretty good. We'll see. You know, I'm going to need some of those, so let me get those out too. So most of these are half slabs, right? But for these edge pieces, I'm definitely going to need full blocks, that is, so that it continues down into the pattern. Right, and is prettier. More aesthetically appealing, I believe they like to say in the biz. So we've got that, and we got to fill these in, and I'm just going to go right to the center here. I might as well, and make that happen. Oop, up you go, right? So now I've got this checkerboarded region, and I'm thinking to myself that underwater, once water is flowing on these, it's going to look really, really good. So what I want to do is get this finished in and put some water in, right, to see how that looks. And in fact, I guess I could do that right now. Let's see how water would look if it flowed from right here. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. And then I would need a drop down here, and then another drop down if it was going to be like that. I wonder if I put a couple blocks up, though, pursuant to my plan. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if water was flowing from there, it would and was coming down those stair-like things. Okay, so the water source would be there. It would flow out and down, out and down, out and down, out and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, yeah, that might make it. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. But for now, let me go ahead and get this done, and then think about how I'm going to channel them all, probably towards that house. Make that house a little bit bigger, and then put a vanquishing chamber in there, because I do believe I will be making this one more of an XP farm than the other ones that I've been working on, right? Because after all, boom, 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 every now and again I'm going to want to get some XP to repair things if I ever do get mending on any of my armor. But, you know, I don't really need that. But I might need some string. Or will I, you know? Will I need string? I might. So it's nice to have a farm around that can do all that. All right, a little bit more light here. And, something to think about. Also, as you can see these torches, this torch marks the spot where the top of this actually kind of pokes right in the middle of a square, like in a block. And this one kind of marks where it is when, you know, it's centered, first off, and also when it's going to be a little just becoming dark enough that it's going to matter, right? Whoa, whoa. I am going to come up with some type of game around shadow puppets. That'll be pretty cool. All right, so what I'm thinking is, at some point, maybe put a daylight sensor in, or nightlight sensor in, depending on how you set it, and make it so that, not this block, but maybe that block retracts back and then a water source will flow out of it towards the end of the night. Or make it so that all of the water sources I'm planning on making in the corners, and maybe one in the middles, will all retract out during the day so that water will flow and then turn off at night, right? So you saw that was the whole square, and now this is where it's about to get a little bit too dark for me. So let me get a little ready here and get a very close look at it. Yeah, that's when it's going to be too dark, because when the shadow gets there, boom, and then it's done. So if this well was a little bit deeper, and I don't want it to be any deeper, especially now that I've built the floor, then it might have been, yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty good, and I think it's going to look even better once I get water flowing. And actually, that might be a situation with that type of checkerboarded floor. That might be a situation where the water would look better during vanilla WoW. Okay, so let me reset this and get back to work on a little bit more. My friends, I've come out here and kind of finished up my path a little bit just to make this kind of going back and forth fill in so that it looks good when I'm going back and forth myself. And that's what I'm doing every now and again when I'm come to a spot where I need to think about something for a while. And I've been thinking about what I'm going to do next with the spider farm for a good long while. So that's why so much of this path is done. And I need to ask some advice from you guys, because I'm kind of in a spot now where I think I might have to tear out the floor. You heard me. Tear out the whole floor and flip it around, because I've got it to a point where it looks pretty good, and as a concept, I think I like it. But there's, as you can see, just one square off at this size. So either I bring it all in by one square, which will flood this intersection, right? Or I leave it as is, but flip everything so that these squares are all going to be, it'll be sand. Actually, instead of sandstone, I'll turn those into sand and then put cacti on top of each one of those. And then I'll put hoppers around them, and what will then be all the dark squares, so it won't look so out of place down there. And just turn it into a giant killing chamber with a hopper chain that runs all the way out here, and then probably a basement section that will collect a bunch of sand. Or not sand, but string. At least that's what I think I want to do, but I'm not really certain. I mean, I still kind of want to turn it into a vanquishing chamber anyways, which would mean taking out those, 3x3 squares there, dropping it down 1, 2, and digging a channel that these guys would then water stream through, and then up. Then I'd have to do like a mob softener with a button that dispenses a bucket of lava, and with 2 circuits, one into a delay that redispenses it so that it actually absorbs it. What's the opposite of dispensed? So it brings, so it would activate the dispenser a second time and then put it back in. Decisions. And then I still have to think about a decorative piece that I'm going to put over the top that will block out all the sunlight, because I'm not going to have all of this down here and not be able to see it. So I would want something a little bit higher up, but not too high up, because then it would take away from the aesthetics of the environment, right? And we want to keep it kind of nice and environmental. Environmentally friendly, is that the word we're looking for there? Let me get that square out right there. Is driving me crazy now that we're to this point, so let me go ahead and do that. Yeah, so what I mean, these could be, yeah, and if I flipped them all, that would be quite a bit of work. But I could do it. Give me some advice. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm at a spot here where I need to think about what I'm going to do. And I know I'm going to cut this one a little short, actually, because there's a whole bunch of things coming down the pipe for me. As some of you know, I'm in the middle of trying to purchase a home, so I'm very busy running around all day nowadays trying to get my my home purchase in order. But until that happens, I think I'm going to keep these a little bit shorter than normal. I do, and, instead of agonizing for 2 or 3 days, as I sometimes do, and then coming up with a decision, I'm going to ask you guys, what should I do here? I'm going to figure out something else to do next episode. It might not be this. I'm going to give you some time to respond to it, because I'd like to know. Yeah, I definitely need to think about that. My friends, if you have any ideas, leave a comment below. Until next time, however, I'm going to take off. I'm going to call it a day. I got a lot of things I got to worry about here, as I've said. So if you've enjoyed it, by all means, give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more content like this, then by all means, please do consider subscribing. As you can see, I'm always open to suggestions, so feel free to leave a comment below. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. My name is JC, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.